Now at 6, the first and maybe only presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. We have the highlights from last night's political showdown.
And today marks 23 years since the 9/11 attacks. This is a live look from a memorial in Salem honoring the lives lost that you can visit today. We'll have more on other memorials throughout the state.
Also, attorneys general in 42 states, including Oregon and Washington, are endorsing a plan to put warning labels on social media platforms. We have reaction on the way from parents and psychologists. The 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise starts right now. Wednesday morning here on the Sunrise Show. Of course, Rod Hill will get us all caught up on weather. He's following some showers in the area. But first, we're going to send it over to Chris McGinnis, who has a traffic alert to start this hour off.
A number of them, guys. I want to get you right to Salmon Creek. The ramp from I-5 southbound to I-205 south has been closed for about 75 minutes because of this crash. Looks like a semi just pulled out of the scene here. You can see traffic just now beginning to roll again. One lane of that ramp looks like it's getting by, but at this point, the ramp from I-5 south to I-205 south is exceptionally backed up. This is at 154th. Photojournalist Chad Dehart is there. We're washed out. Looks like they're still directing people off the ramp. So maybe they're letting some of the traffic that was stuck on the ramp go through, but the ramp itself is still closed. So your traffic solution to get around that, obviously, continue on down to SR 500 and head back over to I-205. Another crash on the west side. This is the second wreck on the inbound Sunset near the Jefferson exit ramp. You can see the right and the center lane is blocked, and right now traffic is lined up past the zoo to Sylvan. So, Rod, already this morning, 5 crashes on wet freeways early on.
Wow, that is a rough start. Thanks for that, Chris. Here's what radar looks like. And first, I want you to realize we've got showers everywhere. You're driving to Seattle this morning. You're heading out 84 into the gorge. You're driving down Eugene. You will find rain shower activity. Now, at this exact moment, no lightning is being detected, but you can see we have had lightning in the past 3 hours. A reminder, the yellow spots, those are your heavier downpours. Right now, it's actually dry in Portland, so we're kind of in a lull of the activity if you're getting ready to step outside in the next 5 minutes. Cloudy skies over the city. 57 is the temperature. The thunderstorm threat, I think, is only this morning, 63 at noon. Once we get into the afternoon, probably fewer numbers of showers and the thunderstorm threat goes away. Today's high 68 degrees, and that's your forecast.
Rod, thank you. And one of our top stories this morning, the presidential debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. It was the first time both candidates joined each other on stage and the first time they met in person. During the over 105-minute debate, the two candidates covered a variety of topics ranging from immigration and abortion to the economy. And coming up a little later on Sunrise, we'll break down some of the top moments of the debate.
The vice president and former president weren't the only ones debating last night. The two men running for Washington governor also squared off. Their debate in Seattle covered a range of topics, from public safety and gun control to transportation spending. Our sister station in Seattle has more.
No punches were pulled in the state's first gubernatorial debate. Bob Ferguson, the current state attorney general, leads in the polls. Tried his best to connect his Republican opponent to former President Donald Trump.
Dave, I'm sorry. I'm going to take no lectures from you about public safety when you are voting for and supporting a convicted felon for president, who, by the way, is also a convicted sexual abuser.
I hate to disappoint you, Bob, but I am not supporting Mr. Trump. I'm making that announcement tonight. I am also not supporting Mrs. Harris.
Dave Reichart, the former U.S. congressman, perhaps best known for his time as King County sheriff, touted a tough-on-crime platform. Ferguson also vows to increase the number of, quote, well-trained police officers, and took credit for banning the sale of so-called assault weapons in Washington state.
My opponent opposes the ban on the sale of assault weapons. My opponent opposes the ban on the sale of high-capacity magazines. My opponent even opposes universal background checks, supported by more than 60% of Washingtonians.
I would look forward to implementing programs similar to Safe Cities, similar to Project Safe Neighborhoods, and bringing people together to address the issue of gun crime. Again, you have to hold people accountable and responsible, those people that are committing crimes with guns.
Again, that was Sebastian Robertson reporting. We have the entire gubernatorial debate from last night in Seattle up at KGW.com.
Oregon's Attorney General has joined 41 AGs across the country who want social media sites to add warning labels.
So the label would act like the warning of a pack of cigarettes, but not everybody believes it will actually make a difference. Thomas Schultz is covering this story for us in the newsroom. Thomas?
Yeah, well, guys, I mean, parents are, for one, skeptical about this, so they're willing to try anything at this point. Recently, 42 attorneys general from across the country sent a letter to Congress asking for a Surgeon General's warning to be placed on algorithm-driven social media sites. This comes after U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy wrote in an op-ed, teenagers need to be limited on social media. He pointed to a survey which shows the majority of teens check their phone every 6 to 15 minutes a day. The habit made 46% of them feel worse about their body. And Murthy says when adolescents spend more than 3 hours a day on social media, doctors see a host of problems like heightened anxiety and depression. Still, while parents say a warning label is a step in the right direction, it won't solve the problem.
One label is not going to solve the issue. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to solve it, though.
And family therapists agree. They think the warning could be helpful.
How do we maybe not eliminate the harm of social media? I don't know if we can do that any more than we can eliminate the risk of being bullied or eliminate the risk of being exposed to drugs and alcohol or things like that. But how do we mitigate it? How do we reduce it?
And that's a big question. And one idea that's been thrown around is having times like dinner and bedtime where kids just aren't allowed on their phones. Of course, as we all know, that's easier said than done. Drew?
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning in the newsroom. We do want to get to some national news as well right here. Two planes collided on a taxiway at Atlanta's airport yesterday. The wingtip of a Delta plane hit the tail of an Endeavor Airlines jet, and you can see the Endeavor plane's tail was nearly ripped completely off. No one was hurt, though.
The bridge fire continues to rage in California. According to California officials, it is the third largest fire in the state at over 46,000 acres. It's also 0% contained. The fire has destroyed several homes and has forced evacuations in several areas.
The FBI says cryptocurrency scams took more than $5 billion from Americans last year. According to the agency's first ever crypto fraud report, more than 69,000 people reported getting scammed. People 60 and older reported losing over $1.6 billion, much more than any other age group.
Locally, the state's Division of Financial Regulation, AARP, are hosting seminars to help people spot scams. They're calling the events Scam Jams. Both events will be held in Bend tomorrow and Friday. Details are up on your screen. This is a free event for you. The department says Oregonians lost nearly $10 million to frauds and scams. Nationally, the FTC reporting that people lost more than $10 billion.
Rodney Hill also covering a big headline for us this morning. Rain throughout the area, tracking some of those showers, Rod.
Yeah, and this is the low center that's kind of the engine producing all of this rain. This low will track into Portland around 11 o'clock or noon today, and then eventually by 5 p.m. out into Pendleton. And once you get on the back side of it, the storm threat should end, but showers will be continued to be scattered all the way into tonight. So we've had lightning strikes overnight into early this morning around Astoria, generally just offshore and also down around Eugene. At this exact moment, we're not seeing any lightning out there. And actually right now we've got a dry break in the action. Portland, Canby, Salem, maybe some traces of rain around Longview's getting on the back edge of some showers that have passed through. So not steady rain, but scattered showers expected to be likely, numerous, certainly this morning. With that threat of hearing some thunder, once we get into the afternoon hours, I think things start to calm down. Scattered showers will become fewer and a little bit calmer in nature. 57 out there is the early morning number. We're all about the same. 56 Hillsboro and Troutdale. There's Wilsonville, 54. Kaiser, good morning to you. 56 degrees is your temperature. Our forecast map for today. One thing to note is that everybody has the same forecast, north, south, east, west. Everybody has likely showers. The thunderstorm threat will continue throughout the day in eastern Oregon. There's the Dow, 69 degrees, could see a thunderstorm as well. Portland 7-day forecast, 68 today. Showers possibly lingering into tomorrow morning, then becoming dry and partly cloudy Thursday afternoon, 72. Friday looks great, fog to sun, 75. A shower chance on Saturday, but a day that could be dry. I do like scattered showers overnight Saturday and into Sunday. Well, the rain is making a mess out of things, right, Chris?
Yeah, Rod, two big traffic alerts now. I want to get you back up to Salmon Creek, where the ramp from I-5 South to I-205 South remains closed. This is now going on almost an hour and a half. Not sure how many cars or trucks involved in this crash earlier. They cleared the ramp from all the backlog, but you can see that the ramp itself is still closed. Photojournalist Chad Dehart there on the scene. You can see that the washout crews there are directing people to stay on I-5, and the lineup is all the way back to 179th at this time. Also on the inbound Sunset, a wreck near or just past the zoo, between the zoo and Washington Park, has the right and the center lanes blocked, and traffic there is lined up out past Sylvan at this point. So major delays on the freeways this morning, guys.